Orlando Bloom is best known as the dashing Will Turner in the Pirates of the Caribbean movies and as Legolas, the blonde, sexy elf in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Orlando discovered his passion for acting at school and at 16 moved to London where he studied acting at the National Youth Theatre. Quickly, he began acting professionally, landing a role in the British TV series Casualty and making his film debut in Wild. His big break came when director Peter Jackson saw him perform on stage and suggested he should audition for his film The Lord of the Rings. He did and scored the role of the handsome elf Legolas.
When I left drama school, I thought I was just going to do some, maybe some theatre or some TV. But film, it was sort of the thing that, you think, well, it's the golden chalice, you're never really going to get there. But it just sort of all slotted into a place in a very bizarre way for me. So I've just been having a lot of fun, actually.
With the worldwide success of The Lord of the Rings, Orlando found himself becoming a bit of a heartthrob, and his face graced many magazine covers and teenagers' bedroom walls.
I don't think that's something that you ever get used to or would ever feel comfortable with, because I'm quite shy and quite private. I get that it's part of the business.
Not just a pretty face, Orlando wanted to do as many of his stunts in the Lord of the Rings films as possible. Before filming began, he spent 2 months training in archery, swordplay and horsemanship to master Legolas's smooth and elegant cat-like moves.
Yeah, for me, it was like horse riding, archery and dialect as well, and just trying to find the physicality of a character like the elves, because they've been written up in such great depth by Tolkien.
He was so affected by the adventure of working on the Lord of the Rings trilogy, Orlando, along with the other members of the Fellowship, had the Elvish word for 9 tattooed on their bodies as a mark of respect to the experience. The Lord of the Rings kicked Orlando's career off to an impressive start. We next saw him as an American Ranger in Black Hawk Down and as an outlaw in Ned Kelly.
I met up with Gregor in LA and we sat down and had a drink and had a talk about the project, and at that stage I knew nothing about Ned Kelly. I didn't know the story. He just sort of described it as a bunch of young guys riding around on horses, shooting guns, sort of tearing up the town and generally kind of causing havoc because they feel they're kind of hard done by, because they feel like they're being persecuted unjustly. And that sort of, to me, sounded like something to be involved in.
Causing havoc again in Pirates of the Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl, Orlando played Will Turner, showing off some fancy footwork and once again wielding a sword.
It was one of the most exciting and fun parts of the film, actually. We spent about 3 or 4 weeks, a couple of hours every day, just sort of getting trained for the fight and getting all the fight moves going in the right direction and making sure that it was going to look good.
And as Orlando admits, getting to be a pirate was a dream come true.
It's like so exciting to be working on a pirate movie, It's every boy's dream to be a pirate. At some point in your life as a kid, growing up, you always think about those pirates and being on the open seas, and to actually be living the dream has been really very fun.
Following the success of Pirates, Orlando made a conscious decision to keep trying new things and further develop his acting skills. In Kingdom of Heaven, he bulked up to play a lean, mean servant of God. Then, in Elizabethtown, he tried his hand at dramatic comedy, which was more confronting than he'd expected.
I definitely felt very more vulnerable than I have done. It was cool, though, I have to say. It was to work with Cameron Crowe, who I'm a huge fan of, on a real character-driven sort of story that I think is important. I think it's easy to get caught up in momentary happiness.
Well, he sure has had his fair share of success. Life couldn't be better for Orlando Bloom. He's already chalked up a very successful career and soon will be returning for more swashbuckling good times in The Three Musketeers. I can't wait. Stay tuned to Star Picks for all of the movies you know and the actors you love. Broadcasting glorious high definition with 5.1 surround sound where available. For more of the best in entertainment news, check out your Movie Network channels. It's all together better on screen and at mnc.tv.